The Ukrainian government is planning to auction off about 20 state-owned companies as part of an aggressive push for privatization. Now, the money will help fund the military and bolster an economy battered by the ongoing war.
In Kyiv, a shopping mall linked to Russia and a historic hotel are up for grabs. Ukraine says it's hoping to raise at least $100 million from such auctions this year. Megumi has more from Kyiv.
Ocean Plaza is no ordinary shopping mall. It is one of the largest in Ukraine and until recently was owned by a Russian oligarch and friend of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Last summer, the Ukrainian state won a court case to finally wrest the property away from Russian control. Ocean Plaza is not the only one. There are still thousands of assets in Ukraine that are tied to the Kremlin.
У віданні фонду знаходиться майже 800 об'єктів, тобто конкретно 788. Вони максимально різноманітні, починаючи від корпоративних прав, закінчуючи автомобілями і деталями до транспортних засобів.
The goal is clear. Put them up for auction, privatize them and use the profits to help Ukraine.
На приватизації йдуть напряму в державний бюджет. Вони не йдуть в фонд, вони не йдуть в якусь іншу інституцію, напряму в державний бюджет. Кошти від націоналізованих активів напряму в фонд ліквідації наслідків збройної агресії.
Mr. Koval says Ukraine is also trying to cut losses from state-owned enterprises. The country has more than 3,000 of these entities, though not all are linked to Russia. Only 15% of these are generating profits, and many are costing the state millions of dollars to run or maintain. One of them is the historic Hotel Ukraine. It will be going up for auction with a starting price of $25 million. Increasing revenue streams for Ukraine's war-ravaged economy is an urgent task. The country's budget deficit is set to rise to a record $43.5 billion, partly due to delays in U.S. military aid. It will cost $16 billion to fund immediate restoration needs this year and at least $400 billion for post-war reconstruction.
Since 2022, almost all of Ukraine's tax income has been spent on fighting against Russia's invading army. Kyiv has had to look to foreign financial assistance to pay for things like humanitarian and social expenses. Now it is looking increasingly at domestic options.
However, claiming assets like Ocean Plaza from pro-Russian owners has not been easy.
The Ministry of Justice have to get the evidence that the defendant is connected to Russian Federation or committed some kind of terroristic acts on the territory of Ukraine.
This requires investigations that can take months or even years. The case is then submitted to Ukraine's High Anti-Corruption Court. Despite the urgency, Judge Halabala says Ukraine is making sure it adheres to the European Union's legal standards.
Every party have the right to put his arguments before the court, and we have to guarantee the right for the defendant to stand before the court.
And Ocean Plaza is a hard-won asset. It is in the top 5 most valuable properties that have been seized so far, with a starting price of $39 million when the auctions begin later this year. Although the sum pales in comparison to what Ukraine needs, it is the beginning of an important process to purge the country of Russia's economic influence. Megumi, CNA, Kyiv.